no, sorry, I'm sorry. I have some finals on Tuesday. I thought. On Monday. Oh, no, I don't. I'm off.
morning. Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the commencement exercises for the class of 2022 of Archbishop John Carroll High School. We are honored to celebrate this great milestone in their academic lives. To begin today's ceremony, I'd like to welcome the President of the Executive Board and Student Council, Elena Herrera-Cruz.
Good morning. I am pleased to welcome you to the Archbishop Carroll High School's class of 2022 graduation ceremony. This moment is a testament to all of our hard work, both inside and outside of the classroom over the past 4 years. Without the help of our parents, the faculty, and administration throughout our high school career, we would not be here. The class of 22 would like to express our sincere gratitude to our parents and teachers. We ask that our friends and family of the graduates refrain from calling out when each graduate receives his or her diploma, in order to respect the formality of this ceremonious event. Thank you all for celebrating this momentous occasion with us.
May they never forget you and what brought them to this day. Direct them to always be thankful for the blessings in their lives and not take them for granted. Teach us to always care and never despair. Free our world from apathy and indifference. Help that the Christian values given and taught to our graduates will be put into practice for God and country. Guide their future endeavors, that they know and have faith that you have a plan and purpose for each of them. Inspire them to hope in the goodness of life, even when faced with challenges and difficulties. Shape them to be virtuous witnesses to all they meet. May they share their gifts for the world to see, selflessly and with humility, fighting away arrogance and laziness. Assist all of us to work hard to be saints by living our lives out of love for you and love of others. We ask this through Christ our Lord.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Salutatorian from the class of 2022, Mary R. Finley.
Good morning, parents, families, faculty, staff, and my fellow graduates. Welcome to the 2022 Commencement Ceremony for Archbishop John Carroll High School. I stand here today in a little bit of disbelief. It feels like many of us were just sitting in the auditorium on a hot day in late August of 2018, anxiously waiting for our freshman day one to begin. What began as a normal and fun high school experience changed drastically in the middle of sophomore year, when life threw us an unexpected curveball with the COVID-19 pandemic. Even though we were all experiencing the pandemic together, we felt its effects in unique ways, and feelings of isolation, fear, and uncertainty were inevitable. But with every trial we face in life, we must look for a silver lining. And we were able to take many things away from the past couple of years. Being thrown into lockdown unexpectedly taught us the beauty of the small moments we get to spend in each other's company. And we became more grateful for the time we spent together because we realized that nothing in life is guaranteed. We learned the power of a simple smile and the importance of being present for those around us. Most importantly, we learned to hold strongly to our faith because it allows us to find gratitude and pure joy in life's good moments, but also offers us peace and hope in the difficulties that we must all face. Coming back to school this year reminded us to appreciate life's great moments. When our senior year began, our Carroll family was blessed with 22 sisters from Houghton. They led the rest of our class by example, showing us that ideal circumstances are rare in life, but a perspective of positivity and gratitude can make any situation better. All of us, excited to finally be together again, threw ourselves into the Carroll community in so many amazing ways. We got to watch our girls' field hockey team win the PCL championship in a sudden death victory. We saw boys basketball make a run in the state playoffs. We saw girls basketball and boys hockey both have great seasons and make it to their league championships. And we watched girls lacrosse win their 21st PCL championship in a row. We saw our talented classmates display their artwork around the school, and we were treated to 2 great theatrical performances from acts. We listened to the beautiful music of the choir and a few of our classmates who earned a place for themselves in the distinguished all-Catholic orchestra. And we all immersed ourselves in countless other clubs and activities. The wide variety of talent our class has displayed cannot be questioned. But the most amazing part of all of these achievements is the classmates who stood in the audience cheering proudly, acknowledging the hard work and dedication of their friends. Yes, we had a unique and unprecedented high school experience, but this is a special group of people. And with the help of great teachers, faculty, and staff, we made Carroll feel like home. Where many schools kept their students learning virtually, our teachers showed up for us and allowed us all to be together for our senior year. We are so grateful, not only for the sacrifice all of you made to give us a quality education and an extra fun senior year, but also for the genuine people and role models you are. We know how much you care about each and every one of us. While looking back on our high school experience, we cannot forget the reason we are here: our parents, families, and friends. To all of the people who have sacrificed so much to send us to a strong Catholic high school, where a foundation of faith is emphasized just as much as academics, we love you so much and we are forever grateful. So, to my fellow graduates, as we leave today and begin new chapters in our lives, I encourage you to remember the lessons our time at Carroll taught us. We are aware of the division and many differing opinions of the world we live in, and we are aware that for all of the good times we are blessed with, life will give us an obstacle to overcome. Remember that through every triumph and every hardship, we will always have our faith and the people who love us most to lean on. As St. Teresa of Calcutta said, "Spread love everywhere you go. Let no one ever come to you without leaving happier." Take the foundation Carroll has given you and use it to create and nurture relationships, and measure your success in the lives you touch with compassion and joy. Thank you all, because thanks to the relationships and memories the Carroll community has given me, I am leaving happier, and I hope you are too. Thank you.
I would like to introduce Mrs. Allison Papantonio, Assistant Principal for Academic Affairs, who will announce the recipients of our awards and honors for the class of 2022.
It is certainly my pleasure and privilege to announce the names of those students receiving academic medals. Our commencement program also lists the names of those seniors who received academic certificates. We extend our congratulations to both the recipients of medals and certificates. So that each student's name may be heard clearly, I ask that all applause be held until the final student is recognized. The John Carroll Medal for Excellence in the Study of Business and Technology is presented to Aiden P. Abuso. The United States Presidential Award for Educational Excellence is presented to Adriel C. Alquiros. A Certificate for Excellence in the Study of Business and Technology is presented to Herlaus C. Angeles. A Certificate for Excellence in the Study of Art and a Certificate for Excellence in the Study of Dramatic Arts are presented to Mia R. Arpaia. A Certificate for Excellence in the Study of Mathematics is presented to Michael F. Ashton. A Certificate for Excellence in the Study of Mathematics is presented to Anamiolua O. Balagan Victor. The St. John Baptist de La Salle Award is presented to Derek C. Banks, Jr. The Matthew T.J. Bevenauer Award is presented to Aleja B. Barrera Cruz. The United States Presidential Award for Educational Excellence is presented to William R. Beggs. A Certificate for Excellence in the Study of Science is presented to Liam Brady. The United States Army Reserve Scholar Athlete Award is presented to Joseph Bushner. A Certificate for Excellence in the Study of Music and Band and a John Carroll Medal for Excellence in the Study of Theology are presented to Laura M. Carpenter. A certificate for excellence in the study of science is presented to Jordan F. Chudin. The United States Presidential Award for Educational Excellence is presented to Erin Dennis. The United States Presidential Award for Educational Excellence is presented to Caroline Doyle. A certificate of honor for ranking among the top 10 of the graduating class and the United States Presidential Award for Educational Excellence are presented to Reagan B. Doozy. The Most Spirited Senior Award, presented by the faculty to a senior who exhibits enthusiasm and loyalty to Archbishop Carroll High School, is presented to Anne E. Devanche. A certificate for ranking among the top 10 of the graduating class is presented to Walter L. Entwistle. A certificate for excellence in the study of Spanish is presented to Victoria H. Falloon. A certificate for excellence in the study of Spanish is presented to Graham Glavin. The United States Army Reserve Scholar Athlete Award is presented to Margaret Grant. A certificate of honor for ranking among the top 10 of the graduating class, a certificate for excellence in the study of Spanish, and the John Carroll Medal for studying advanced placement psychology are presented to L. M. Herberger. A certificate of honor for ranking among the top 10 of the graduating class is presented to Olivia R. Hoffman. The Most Outstanding Male Senior Athlete Award is presented to Harold Ivory. A certificate for excellence in the study of English is presented to Catherine D. Carroll. A John Carroll Medal for excellence in the study of music chorus, the John Dukes Memorial Award given to recognize a student who showed dedication to the St. Catherine students by participating in Best Buddies and or Unified Bocce Sports is presented to Bridget Morrillau. A John Carroll Medal for excellence in the study of the dramatic arts is presented to Nathan P. Lechtenberg. A John Carroll Medal for excellence in the study of the social studies and the United States Marine Corps Distinguished Male Athlete Award are presented to Andrew S. Lynch. A certificate for journalism in recognition of excellence in journalism towards the Legacy Yearbook is presented to Lydia Carroll Mayon. A certificate for excellence in the study of theology is presented to Salvatore L. Monastero. The United States Marine Corps Distinguished Female Athlete Award is presented to Kylie M. Rotice. The United States Presidential Award for Educational Excellence is presented to Jade O'Dowd. A certificate of honor for ranking among the top 10 of the graduating class and the most outstanding female senior athlete award is presented to Grace M. O'Neill. A certificate for excellence in the study of theology and a John Carroll Medal for Excellence in the study of physical education are presented to Samantha J. Ortega. A certificate for excellence in the study of English is presented to Destiny J. Parker Wilson. A certificate of honor for ranking among the top 10 of the graduating class, a John Carroll Medal for Excellence in the study of advanced placement physics, a certificate for perfect attendance for 4 years, and the Scholar Athlete Award to the highest ranked male student athlete who has earned all Catholic honors and/or a varsity letter in 2 or more sports during senior year are presented to Charles D. Pasquale. A certificate for excellence in the study of physical education is presented to Amaya A. Preston. A certificate of honor for ranking among the top 10 of the graduating class and a certificate for excellence in the study of music and chorus are presented to Maria J. Procaccini. The Anthony Campiglia Certificate for Excellence in the Study of Social Studies is presented to Angelina Rita Raffanello. A certificate for excellence in the study of art is presented to Laura A. Reimer. A certificate for excellence in the study of social studies is presented to Nyla Ringgold Floyd. The Patrick Malone Memorial Award presented to the senior who demonstrates academic excellence and dedicated service to the St. Catherine Day School are presented to Catherine M. Rosanova. The Barbara Ryan Award for Excellence in Science for 4 years and plans to study science in college is presented to Sadie J. Salas. The Jackie McCarran Memorial Award, presented to the senior who demonstrates spirit and compassion to students with disabilities, is presented to Ryan J. Sheehan. A certificate of honor for ranking among the top 10 of the graduating class, a John Carroll Medal for Excellence in the study of advanced placement English, and a John Carroll Medal for Excellence in the study of advanced placement human geography are presented to Evelyn J. Stamm. A John Carroll Medal for Excellence in the study of art is presented to John C. Tarambula. The Most Spirited Senior Award, presented by the faculty to a senior who exhibits enthusiasm and loyalty to Archbishop Carroll High School, is presented to Roman V. Tazi. A certificate for journalism in recognition of consistent and outstanding contribution to the school's newspaper, Carroll Times, is presented to Laura V. Wallen. The United States Presidential Award for Educational Excellence is presented to Evan J. Weinberg. A certificate for perfect attendance for 4 years is presented to Elizabeth Agnes Woodland. A certificate of honor for ranking among the top 10 of the graduating class, a John Carroll Medal for Excellence in the Study of Advanced Placement Statistics, a John Carroll Medal for Excellence in the Study of Science, the United States Presidential Award for Educational Excellence, the Scholar Athlete Award to the highest ranked female student athlete who has earned all Catholic honors and/or a varsity letter in 2 or more sports during senior year, and the Salutatorian Medal are presented to Mary R. Finley. A certificate of honor for ranking among the top 10 of the graduating class, a John Carroll Medal for Excellence in the Study of Advanced Placement Calculus, a John Carroll Medal for Excellence in the Study of Music and Band, a John Carroll Medal for Excellence in the Study of Spanish, and the Valedictorian Medal are presented to Maureen R. Carpenter. Please join me in congratulating all of our recipients of certificates and medals.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Archbishop Carroll Band will now perform selections from West Side Story under the direction of Mr. Jeffrey Derone. Ladies and gentlemen, the valedictorian for the class of 2022, Maureen R. Carpenter.
Greetings all faculty, administration, staff, students, and families. As we gather here today to celebrate this momentous occasion, we are surrounded by the people who have shaped our lives and contributed to our success. For the parents who have tirelessly supported our education, the teachers who have dedicated their time, and the administration who have kept us on track to graduate, a huge thank you to all of you. While preparing this speech, I thought about all the challenges we have faced these past couple of years, in which I couldn't help but be reminded of the story of Joshua. Joshua was a man commanded by God to lead the Israelites into the Promised Land after Moses' death. God promised to be with them, even in the trials and tribulations they would face. The Lord commanded him, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid, do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." Just as the Lord commanded Joshua, the Lord commands us to trust in him as we prepare for life beyond high school. During my time at Carroll, the most influential and personal experience to me has been the community. The intention and love I was shown at Carroll was incomparable to anything I had ever experienced at school. Most of these occasions were little moments along the way. I think the moment that best highlights this was my Spanish class this year with Mrs. Bourgeois. While there was no fairy dust, as there was in Dr. Schultz's Spanish class, there was never a dull moment. Whether it was Sarah's screaming in competitive Spanish games, or Sadie's laughter filling the room, I saw how much school was than just a place to learn. Carroll provided an environment for us to grow, thrive, and experience joy to the fullest. It was through these simple moments that I formed relationships with classmates. During hybrid learning especially, these connections helped me to maintain stability and remain hopeful. My friends supported me and encouraged me in ways that others could not. It was through them I saw God's love for me and the importance of having a community built on faith. Not only did our friendships help us to grow, but our interactions with teachers as well. Whether it was Father Spez yelling to take out your AirPods and listen to God, or Mr. Kirsch's continual efforts to draw kids in to join the Career Life Club, faith continued to be at the center of our education. By living out these Christian values, our mentors here at Carroll have taught us to stand up for what we believe in. Through their example, we have truly learned the necessity of protecting the lives of the oppressed and vulnerable in our society. So now, what does it mean to be strong? What does it mean to be courageous? What does it mean to live out these qualities, and how can we stand firm in the face of adversity? Over these past 4 years, I believe we've been challenged to live out these values. Some of it was as simple as showing up to class, sports practice, or rehearsals for the show. At other times, courage became difficult when telling the truth, speaking up, or standing for an unpopular opinion. Our education here at Carroll has equipped us with the knowledge in doing what is right despite the circumstances surrounding the situation. Therefore, I encourage us all not to hide behind our fears, but to face them head-on with courage and strength. Remember, we are not left to overcome these challenges on our own. When Joshua spoke to the Israelites, he reminded them, "For the Lord your God is he who fights for you, as he promised you. Therefore, take careful heed to yourselves that you love the Lord your God." As we continue on our journey beyond high school, hold fast to the promises God has given you and what you have learned here at Carroll. Congratulations, class of 2022, and God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Archbishop Carroll Chorus will now sing a selection entitled Irish Blessing under the direction of Miss Suzanne Carpenter.
May the world rise
Will the senior members of the band and chorus please return to sit with the class of 2022 for diploma distribution? Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Patricia Scott.
I just want to say Mary and Maureen, oh now they're this way I think, fantastic, just really beautiful and really represented Carroll just beautifully. Good afternoon, parents, grandparents, faculty, staff, administration, board members, and Bishop Senior, and most especially the seniors. I'm honored to welcome all of you today. I'm so very proud of you. The students, the parents, and the staff, we made it, thank goodness. As a parent who lived through 2 high school graduations of my own children, I would love to tell you this ride gets easier as a parent, but it does not. But it doesn't have to be harder. It is just different as you shift from a full-time parent to more of a part-time parent and a full-time partner, collaborator, listener. Continue to be supportive and demanding. Don't think for a second your children don't need you when they go off into this world. They do. It's just different. Seniors, one of my favorite books is titled The Element by Dr. Ken Robinson. You won't know it. It's an educational book that you read when you go through educational programs. But he has the greatest stories in there. And there's one story he always tells of this really young 5-year-old kindergarten who was so intense drawing this picture. And the teacher asked the little girl what she was drawing. And she said, "I'm drawing a picture of God." Surprised, the teacher responded, "Well, we don't really know what God looks like." And she responded, "You will in a minute." I love this story because it reminds us how confident we are as young children. We're confident in our imaginations, we're confident in our faith. So why am I telling you about a kindergarten on your high school graduation? Well, a few reasons. The first is simple. As you move forward in life, there will be moments that you're going to lose your confidence. Don't. Confidence in its truest sense is one of the things you're going to need as you enter this adult world. So what's the second? There's 2 things: hope and grit. They go together. Let me tell you why. Hope is the expectation that tomorrow will be better than today. Grit is a different kind of hope. It rests on the expectation that your own efforts improve your future. Confidence requires both hope and grit. And you will need all of this when you move on to the next stage of your life. So what else do you need? In my humble opinion, you need faith. You need faith to guide you as you find that hope, that grit, and that confidence. I heard this line in the homily recently. The priest said, "When God said at the dawn of creation, 'It is not good for the human person to be alone,' he meant it." Reminds me of what I want you to think about in your faith. You need to know that God is in your corner. You are not alone, even though there are going to be moments when you feel like you are. That is when you've got to reach out to your faith. That's when you need to talk to God. You need to ask for help. You need to ask for guidance and that hope and that grit and that strength. Because trust me, you're going to need this faith, this relationship with God, to really navigate this world. He will always remain steadfast in his love and loyal to you as you define who you really are and what you're really meant to be doing in this life. As one of my favorite saints, St. Francis de Sales, reminds us, be who you are and be that well. When God gives us gifts, graces, and talents, God wants you to use them. And when you do, the rest will take care of itself. So congratulations, seniors, at this amazing moment. It is my honor now to introduce the Most Reverend Timothy C. Sr. Bishop Sr. is currently serving as an auxiliary bishop of the Archdiocese of Philadelphia, as well as a rector of St. Charles Seminary. I did some research on Bishop Sr., and I found out a few things about him that I thought were quite fascinating. There's not enough time to highlight all of his accolades. I'm going to say that first. First, he's a graduate of Lansdale Catholic. We'll let that slide. Second, he is a classically trained and amazing piano player. Pretty impressive. He has 4 master's degrees, correct? He doesn't like that I'm doing this, but it's good. In 1998, he was named chaplain to His Holiness the Pope, Pope John Paul II, with the title Reverend Monsignor, and he was ordained a bishop in 2009. So please join me in welcoming Bishop Sr. to our ceremony.
Thank you, Dr. Scott, Mr. Gennaro, the whole community here at Carroll. It's a great joy to be with you and to, on behalf of Archbishop Nelson Perez, my brother auxiliary bishops, and the entire Church of Philadelphia, really, congratulations to the class of 2022 here at Archbishop Carroll. Just reading about all that you've been involved in and the achievements that you've made, congratulations are well deserved. You're a really, truly wonderful class, and this is such a great school. I know you're very proud, and we are indeed extremely proud of you and very, very happy for you. And I'm sure today, as this graduation is unfolding, there's a lot of emotions that are flowing through your heart, and you're thinking about lots of different things. You know, and that's good. That's what, at commencement exercises, it's good to pause for a moment and to think about what is to come, and also to look back, to remember. It was done so beautifully as well by Mary and Maureen in their remarks, in their addresses. Think about, especially, what you are most grateful for today. Because the opportunity to have this high school experience at Archbishop Carroll is, and those of you as well who transferred from Hallahan, that is a very unique gift, and be grateful for it. Be grateful as well for those who have made it possible. First and foremost, your parents and guardians, and all who have sacrificed so that you could have this experience. If you think about it, the opportunity for a Catholic education happens because people love you so much that they want to make sacrifices for you to have this experience. And some of them you do know, like your parents, and those who participate in this work every day, especially faculty, administration, staff here. But also for those some of whom you'll never know, people who make sacrifices to support Catholic education, who make it possible, and alumni of Archbishop John Carroll High School who have gone before you. And remember that. Let that gratitude well up in your heart. Say a prayer for those people, but also remember they set you an example. Sacrificing for the good of others is at the heart of what we're called to be as human beings created in the image and likeness of God, to follow in the footsteps of Jesus. So be grateful. Grateful as well for this wonderful faculty and staff here who also make great sacrifices for you, who love you and have accompanied you in these years. Be grateful for one another. The friends that you've made in high school, treasure them, hold on to them. You will go in different directions, of course you will. And I was commenting earlier before when I was speaking with your president and vice president for next year. I was sharing with him, I did go to Lansdale Catholic. Very proud of that, by the way. But in those days, we weren't allowed to go to, you had to go, couldn't have come to Carroll in those days. But Lansdale Catholic was part of my life, and it's really shaped my experience of life since. And part of the reason, one of the main reasons, is the wonderful faculty that I continue to keep in touch with, many of them, thank God. But my classmates, those friendships that were formed, they've always been there for me, and they continue to be even today, 40-some years later. Remember that. Treasure one another. Be grateful for one another. And resolve now to hold on to each other and keep those relationships strong. But above all, you've had so many experiences here, whether it is in athletics, in the arts, certainly in academics. And you have much to be grateful for in that as well. But at the heart of it all, the reason this school exists is to proclaim Jesus Christ as the hope of the world, our Savior. This school exists for Him and for His gospel. You've had the opportunity to hear that gospel and to encounter Jesus, to hear the words, to experience Him in the sacraments. Above all, treasure that. This has been so wonderfully noted again by Mary Maureen and by Dr. Scott. We need our faith. There's no greater gift that you can have in this life than to have a relationship with God and to hold on to that. Treasure what you know about God, what you have learned about God. But first of all, God has made you just as you are and endowed you with blessings and talents and abilities and what you even might think are your weaknesses. But He's made you for a purpose. To fulfill that plan of God, to do His will in your life, is the most important thing you're ever going to do. I'm sure that many of you are well on your way to what you believe that plan shall be, but be open to how God will surprise you along the way with twists and turns. But remember, we're all in this world for a reason. And to discover that reason and pursue it with all your heart is the most important thing you're ever going to do. Hold on to that, and God will show you. He will guide you all along. Hold on to that, and remember also that this God who has made you as you are loves you beyond imagining. It's one of my deepest hopes that in these years at Carroll that you've experienced that, you've been touched by that reality, that God loves you unconditionally and always will, and He will always be as close as your next breath. Class of 2022, we are so very proud of you. God has done and will continue to do great things through you. How could we not be excited for you? God bless you, and congratulations once again.
At this time, the distribution of diplomas will take place. Each student has earned the privilege of having his or her name announced on this special occasion before parents, family, and friends. We ask you to honor this privilege by refraining from calling out and applauding as individual names are called. We in the class of 2022 thank you for holding all applause until the last student in each homeroom has returned to his or her place. Thank you very much for your cooperation. At this time, will the members of 1A please stand? Ali H. Abdul Bookbin. Nicole A. Eicheldinger. Adriel C. Alquiros. Harilaus Angeles. Amanda Armstrong. Michael F. Ashton. Jason B. Baldwin. Elizabeth M. Baith. Samuel Benvignani. Abigail G. Birch. Jerome C. Blazy. Monty E. Bradley Brown. Paul J. Bryson. Neve Elizabeth Campbell. Justin A. Cannon. Catherine J. Capella. Marissa R. Capiella. Please join me in congratulating the members of 1A.
Will the members of 2A please stand? James J. Cawley. Jordan F. Chubin. Jocelyn M. Clark. Christian Cook. Molly E. Deveni. Shane Ryan Dunn. Sarah L. Durham. David E. Eversole. Danielle D. Essen. Matthew T. Fair. Grace O. Fioravanti. Aaron B. Flomo. Lucy Jane Fervell. Allie Frederick. Joseph B. Gallo. Francesca L. Gearhart. Gianna M. Gentili. Samuel R. Gentili. Please join me in congratulating the members of 2A.
Will the members of 3A please stand? Graham Glavin. Rachel Gordon Martin. Jamie A. Grant. Grant T. Gruby. Anya Hall. Mariah Hennigan. Elise Camille Harris. Abby Hart. L. M. Herberger. Amaya C. Hickson. Destiny M. Hill. Jessica M. Hopple. Julia R. Hunt. Harold Ivory. Emma R. Jacobs. Marvins Joseph. Marissa M. Kelly. Michael Patrick Kerper. Ryden P. Kingston. Catherine D. Crowley. Please join me in congratulating the members of 3A.
Will the members of 4A please stand? Juliana L. LaFontana. Noah T. Lamy. Bridget Mora Lau. Nathan M. Lechtenberg. Gianna M. Lichardello. Sasha Lockett. Aaliyah Lomax. Lydia Carroll Mayon. Jonathan Nicholas Majub. Amir J. Mayo. Brooklyn M. McDowell. Emmett P. McGill. Justin E. Mejia. Christina M. Mellon. Autumn L. Mintz. Madeline G. Malloy. Salvatore L. Monastero. Sophie K. Mullen. Jasmine T. Wynn. Cheyenne M. Niehoff. Connor W. O'Brien. Joseph P. Pagliotti. Please join me in congratulating 4A.
Will the members of 5A please stand? Another reminder, please hold all applause until all graduates' names have been called so that everyone's name can be heard. Thank you. Ashley Ed Palmer. Destiny J. Parker Wilson. Molly E. Patzek. Isabella Anna Phillip. Katarina Rose Phillip. Mava Kristen Pierre Lewis. Leah Plummer Dancer. Amaya A. Preston. Angelina Rita Raffanello. Nuba J. Rashid. Laura A. Reimer. Nyla Ringgold Floyd. Renee Ritchie. Catherine M. Rosanova. David R. Rowland. Sophie F. Rutan. Stephen J. Sansone. Diego N. Santos. Malia Kendra Sedge. Ryan J. Sheehan. Spencer K. Skaronic. Sean Nathan Smith. John A. Soda Jr. Please join me in congratulating members of Phi Beta.
Will the members of 6A please stand? Amaya T. Subram. Devin R. Southern. Zachary T. Stearns. Mason T. Strecco. Phoebe Vivek Stusky Vandermeer. Sophia Rose Sutton. Wesley James Schweitzer. Emma N. Talago. Victor J. Taylor. Sakai Tang. John C. Tarambula. Kaylee E. Timothy. Christopher J. Tomlinson. Roman V. Tazi. Cole Jeffrey Tyrell. Laura V. Wallen. Connor J. Walmsley. Hannah B. Webster. Evan J. Weinberg. Anna Winslow. Shannon J. Wood. Elizabeth Agnes Woodland. Zuyu Zhang. Zhenqiang Zhang. Please join me in congratulating the members of 6A.
Will the National Honor Society please stand? Aiden P. Abuso. Audrey B. Becker. William R. Beggs. Mia C. Bones. Liam Brady. Laura M. Carpenter. Madison Concilio. Aaron Dennis. Caroline Doyle. Anne E. Devanche. Walter L. Entwistle. Paige Gibbons. Sydney M. Graham. Margaret Graham. Olivia R. Hoffman. Matthew K. Innes. Casey McCaffrey. Zachary M. Morgans. Kylie M. Rutice. Jade Odell. Grace M. O'Neill. Samantha J. Ortega. Charles D. Pasquale. Brittany Pham. Megan Rader. Sadie J. Salas. Lauren G. Spratt. Evelyn J. Stone. Elise Terzian. Christian Michael Toglia. Charlotte Welsh. National Honor Society Service Chair, Eniabialua Balagoon Victor. Events and Publicity Chair, Emma J. Damasio. Treasurer, McKenna M. Gould. Secretary, Mia R. Arpaia. Vice President, Reagan B. Doozy. And National Honor Society President, Liam Buckley. Please join me in congratulating the members of the National Honor Society.
Will the Valedictorian, Salutatorian, and Student Council Executive Board please stand? The class salutatorian, Mary R. Finley. The class valedictorian, Maureen R. Carpenter.
Student Council Events Chair, Derek C. Banks. National Honor Society Career Day Chair and Student Council Public Relations Chair, Andrew Lynch. Student Council Historian, Victoria H. Fallu. National Honor Society Tutoring Chair and Student Council Secretary, Maria J. Procaccini. Student Council Vice President, Joseph Bushner. Student Council President, Aleja B. Barrera Cruz. Please join me in congratulating the Salutatorian, Valedictorian, and Executive Board of Student Council. Ladies and gentlemen, our principal, Mr. William Gennaro.
Good afternoon, parents, grandparents, faculty, staff, administration, Bishop Senior, and most especially the class of 2022. I'm very well aware that I and one last playing of the alma mater are all that stands between you and the way of making this graduation official. I also know that one of my former colleagues, Mrs. Kathleen Gould, also probably has me on the clock over here for how long I'm going to be up here. But I would like to take a few moments to thank again many of those here today and to address all of you one last time, but this time without any embarrassing mathematical calculations. First, one of my biggest thank yous has to go to the two women on stage who work with me to keep each other sane on a daily basis, and who I could not have navigated the challenges of the last 2 years without: our Assistant Principal for Academic Affairs, Mrs. Allison Papantonio, and our Assistant Principal for Student Life, Mrs. Caitlin Buchanan. So much time and effort has gone into the planning of every little thing over the last 2 years for this class and the rest of our community, and I know that Archbishop Carroll is not Archbishop Carroll without the both of you. And a special thank you and congratulations to Mrs. Buchanan as she completes her first graduation ceremony today. I know she's going to sleep much easier tonight knowing the hours of planning are now over. Next, a thank you to Bishop Senior for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us today for this celebration. Thank you for your kind words, and please continue to keep all of us here in your prayers as we will do the same for you. Thank you. To our band and choir, directed by Mr. Derone and Miss Carpenter, your beautiful music has provided the backdrop for many of our special occasions this year, and today was no exception. Thank you for sharing your talents with us. Father Mark Cavera for a beautiful Mass and ceremony last night and a lovely homily. Thank you, Father. To our President, Dr. Scott, thank you for signing on this year and agreeing to take that super easy drive down the Blue Route on a daily basis to become part of our Archbishop Carroll family. Your welcome demeanor and open door to all of our faculty, staff, administration, and students has already shown your commitment to our school and to our success in the years to come. Thank you. To our faculty and staff, education for all of our students starts at home with their first educators, their parents and guardians. But they do not arrive here today without your guidance, support, and dedication to your craft. I and these students are grateful for that commitment on a daily basis and know that we could not accomplish what we all set out to do without all of you. So thank you. And last but certainly not least, to our parents and guardians. Students, they are the reason you are here today. And once you process out and gather things and get your diplomas, I expect that they are the first people you should seek out. They deserve your first and biggest thank you. Parents and family members, on behalf of our school community, we thank you for entrusting your children to us and for choosing Catholic education. Thank you. To the class of 2022. As we were getting ready to come down here today, I was standing in the back with Mary and Maureen, and they seem to have discovered various speech tropes that some of us use. Maureen said, anytime Father gets up to give a homily, you're going to hear about football. It's going to happen. And then said, for me, anytime you're going to hear from me, most likely my children are going to be involved. Most times it's because I try to draw examples from you. My examples come from where I am most. And those two places I am are either at home with them or here with you. Right now at home, Caroline and Sean seem to be trending the same way. To them, there are really only 2 episodes of their favorite shows they want to watch, and they'll riot if you try and introduce them to a new one. For Sean, it's the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, and for Caroline, it's Doc McStuffins. The same applies for music. For Sean, it has to be the same 2 or 3 Bruce Springsteen songs in a row, which I'd be lying if I said I complained about. And for Caroline, it's again the music from Doc McStuffins or from Frozen. So the amount of times I've been treated to a rendition of Into the Unknown over the last 3 months is about on par with how many times we ask you to pick up after yourselves in the cafeteria. And I know you tuned us out on that a long time ago, so imagine how I feel listening to that song over and over and over again. But as it played for the umpteenth time last week, the title is what held for me, Into the Unknown. For you as the graduating class of 2022, the unknown is what's next. Unknowns about your major, unknowns about your new school, your new job, your new classes, your new friends. What is everything going to be like for you in 3 months, 6 months, a year from now? There's a whole lot I would assume you think you have set and figured out, but there's also a great deal that we all cannot control. And that unknown is scary for everyone. So while I could sit up here, or any of your teachers could tell you about how we dealt with the unknowns back in our day, instead I thought I would let you hear about it from one of your peers, who was thrust into an unknown that they could not control just this past year with a number of her current and former classmates. Class of 2022, parents and guardians, it is my pleasure to introduce to you a member of the Archbishop John Carroll class of 2022 and former John W. Hallahan student, Miss Erin Dennis.
Good afternoon, everyone. When Mr. Gennaro reached out to me and asked me to speak about adversity, I immediately thought back to the day I found out my school, John W. Hallahan, was closing. The announcement was so sudden and unexpected, and my friends and I were devastated that we would have to separate for our senior year of high school. We wouldn't get to experience our last Hallahan day, make new memories at Liberty Place, or get the chance to graduate as Hallahan girls. Instead, we had to think about our options for different schools to attend for our last year of high school. We worried about having to make new friends and be in a new environment, all while stressing about college applications and our futures after high school. However, instead of dreading going to a new school, I decided to shift my thinking and look at this change more positively. When I decided to attend Carroll, I wanted to look at it as a new experience that could be really beneficial for me. Although it was very overwhelming, having a different perspective on the situation helped me digest the change I was about to experience. My first month at Carroll was bumpy, to say the least. Even though everyone was very friendly and welcoming, it was still difficult to make new friends because there were already established friend groups. It felt very isolating initially, and that didn't change much until I attended Kairos, the senior religious retreat. Shout out K104, by the way. It was the first time I fully engaged with the Carroll community. Kairos allowed me to make new friends, and it led to my joining ACTS, or the Archbishop Carroll Theater Society. Once I engaged with the Carroll community was when I realized that Carroll was starting to become a home to me in the same way that Hallahan was. So, while transitioning to a new high school was extremely challenging, it also helped me grow as a person and let me know that I can overcome any obstacle I'm faced with. The class of 2022 had another tremendous battle to overcome. We were faced with the COVID-19 global pandemic during our sophomore and junior years, which are the core high school years. We were able to conquer hybrid learning, which was very difficult and felt surreal. However, we were able to come back to some normalcy for our senior year, and we definitely made the most of it. We managed our college applications and other senior obligations almost seamlessly, and showed that if nothing, we are resilient. As we move forward to the next chapter of our lives, we can recognize that adversity is inevitable, but what's important about facing adversity is how you react to it. Instead of allowing adversity to discourage you, face it head on and use it as fuel for motivation. Thank you.
Thank you, Aaron. There's one final thing my children fixate on, and it's books, and the same ones over and over again. For Sean, it's Goodnight Trains and Goodnight Philadelphia. And for Caroline, it's her book of 5-minute Disney stories. There is one in particular where Pinocchio experiences his first full day as a real boy and all that it entails. At the end of the story, Pinocchio says to Geppetto, "Today was fun, Father, but it was hard, too." The story continues with Geppetto nodding, thinking about what Pinocchio had said. He says, "That's what being alive is. It's sunlight and bacon and hiccups and scraped knees. Some of it will be very scary, but I promise I will be right there with you." I used this same quote back in April of 2020, which not only shows how long my kids stick with the same books, but also how much the line sticks with me. As you finish your time here at Archbishop Carroll today, you have dealt with your own version of your own good days, your own bad days, your own ugly days. And with your peers, you have come out on the other side, ready to take on whatever lies ahead for you, that unknown. And as you move forward, please take a look around this room, around this stage, and know that as you get ready to proceed to these unknowns, I cannot promise you much, but I can promise that should you need us, we will all be right there with you. Class of 2022, I am so incredibly proud and honored to stand here today with you as a member of the Archbishop Carroll community. For some of you as your teacher, coach, and for all of you as your principal. I wish you all nothing but the best. But now, for the part I believe you've been waiting for. Aleja, student council representatives, Valedictorian, Salutatorian, can you please join me up front so we can make all of this official? Will the graduating class of 2022 please stand? By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and the Archdiocese of Philadelphia, and in recognition of their successful completion of all of their requirements for graduation from Archbishop John Carroll High School, diplomas are awarded to the young men and women whose names have been announced. Congratulations, class of 2022. At this time, we ask the members of the class of 2022 to please turn and acknowledge your parents, family, and friends for their loving support.